gone to bed live stream. I'm feeling so hyped. I finished 4 out of my 5 Slay the Spire 2 Sculpts. So I'm just left with Region, and feels like one of my favorite bands is releasing a new album soon. Yay! I'm so hyped. I'm just gonna listen to their songs and keep going with this whole sculpt. Oops, wrong mic. I feel like I keep making this mistake of not turning on my mic. But yeah, welcome to the Conabus studio. And I was saying I was feeling so hyped because I'm done with 4 of my Slay the Spire 2 sculpts, and I'm just left with 1 more. Just 1 more and I can finish this and I can finish the edit. So yesterday I was working on the silent poison edit. So I've already trimmed the footage down and paired up with the music, and now I just need to work on narrations and stuff, and also finish up with this one and find a way to tie everything together, which I'm, as usual, like I have no idea what I want to do yet. But yeah, I'm still feeling so hyped because one of my favorite bands is releasing a new album soon, I think. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do with Region. Like, I know that I want to do something like this, I think. Just to make it look more different, I think. Because, yeah, I was trying to choose between, like, this one or all the other ones, but I think this one will stand out more, and maybe might be a bit simpler. I'm not really sure. Like, now that I look at it again, maybe it might be difficult. But like something like this would be too similar to Ironclad, I think. So it's about doing something different that at the same time it will hopefully blend together with everything else. I think one of the worries with, like, as I was progressing my sculpt, because I did like Necrobinder first, then Defect, then Ironclad and Silent, and it's like as I get more comfortable with the sculpt, like it progresses better, if that makes sense. So I was a bit like afraid that they wouldn't, because I don't really want to spend like forever on this project. So I was a bit afraid of it being too what's that thing called? Too broken up, like too disorienting. But when I put everything together yesterday, I was like, oh cool, like it looks really good together. So I think that's about it. If you are interested in seeing how I make my slow progression to create all these sculpts, they are all available on my older live streams. I think they're all done in live streams. I'm not really sure whether or not I did some off stream, but I think in terms of like the background, definitely all of them should be live streamed. So just hide these bunch and work on this one. I'm not sure if I want to move him to the middle of the grid, but I think it shouldn't matter that much. But yeah, I've no idea like what I want to do with this one, as with all the other sculpts, but I would just trust that as things develop that I will find a way, as always. Yeah. All of this, like, my live streams are really, like, it takes quite a long time because I'm always trying to figure things out, and I don't really, like, in some way, like, this, I decided to spend the time doing things instead of planning things, which might be a little bit, like, I mean, that's kind of like not the way to do art usually, but that's why I decided to do the video edit so that I can compile like all the live stream footage, and yeah, not like, in some way I can fit everything that I talk about. I can't fit all my thought processes in the whole edit, and like even though I couldn't, like, it's already like 28 minutes already to edit. I was like, I'm gonna make a really short edit for say the Spire 2 just to get used to video editing and scripting and all this stuff, and then it turns out to be another long, like, 28-minute video. 28 minutes is like to the point where I've finished like the silence poison sculpt display. So 28 minutes almost will be like this. So it's going to be like, I think maybe the video will be 35 minutes, but hopefully that's not too long. But yeah, that's I'm gonna close this Piora because I'm recording this for my video edit, and I'll just keep going. All the references are based on the all the cards, like Hidden Cache or Glow. I think I really like Glow, so I think this might be my, actually Glow is like one of my favorite cards, and yeah, it's maybe because it's so blue. But yeah, I think, I mean, the design is so good, like this, the way that this is so straight. Like, I'm not sure whether this is a placeholder card, but I hope that it's not. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure whether this is a placeholder card or it's whether this is the final art design, but I think it's like, it's really nice already. And yeah, I'm just procrastinating because I know what to do, as always. But let me start on this. Sure shit. At least make this a little bit. Hello, Natasha Limonada. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I was just working on cleaning up a little bit of this soft looks. So I should move on to the stars now. Honestly, I'm not really sure what I want to do with the stars. I think I'll use maybe I'll use the quartz spear. Here's something that I realized with the video edit is that sometimes the like I'm not zoomed in enough. I didn't frame things properly. I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but I'm like learning how to do things better like this. But overall, I'm really happy with the video edit. I think it's done really nicely. But probably I want to probably want to keep this subdivision for now. I'm not sure whether I want to use tubes again for this, but maybe not. People that do a good with, yeah. I think being able to video edit well is like a really cool skill. Thinking of maybe make use of but then again it's quite it's vertically quite long. I'm not sure whether that would stretch this too much. but I'm not really sure what I want to do with this. Like I think they should be quite thin. But then the way that the mesh is stretching is not really ideal for me too. It's like I can subdivide, but it's like, what do I want to do with this? Hello, Mario Bedo. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, have you seen a new box? No, I haven't. What's that? Is it here? Let me look it up. I haven't seen it, but I think it will be possible with this. I mean, it's looking quite like it really. I just need to be quite careful with what I'm doing, especially at the thin areas. I'm not really sure whether or not I want to do this, because maybe I do want to have like what's that thing called, like variations eventually. I'm just not sure. Wait, let me see if it looks like any of these. I guess the closest would be defect when it comes to like the look of this one. Like these areas. I'm not sure whether they can see my mouse cursor, but I think these things looks the closest to defect right now. I guess like this, but I guess silent and defect looks closest to me. I mean, part of me like trying to figure things out is like I'm pretty tired from trying to get back into running and bouldering again, and also the video editing. I feel like time flies with video editing, or like time flies when I'm trying to do work, and I'm like yesterday I was editing the Silent Poison, and I finished it, and when I finished it I was like, oh my god, 4 hours has passed. That's a really long time. Let me turn this off. Yeah. But you know what? Maybe I'm just like overthinking it. Which is kind of like a problem to have when a project develops to like the finishing line and I'm like, oh, there's so many things I can do in some way. Like so many ways I can go. In the sense of like there's so many ways that I can mess up. And then I'm like hesitant to do things. But I think the way that I should go about this, at least in the way that I can sculpt this, would be to just dynamic topology it. Things progressing quite well. I was a bit hesitant to get into dynamic topology because this is quite a geometrical surface, but I think working on, because I have lots of work in progress going on. One of them is the Night Rain sculpt, and I think working on the armor sets and stuff helped me to get better in like hard surface in general. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool to feel progress. Just trying to make the point really sharp, because it'll look a lot better when it's super sharp. This one I'm not really sure how long I want it to go. So there are two things that I'm kind of like trying to keep track of, which is I guess three things, although the third thing is kind of like I'm used to doing that, is to track that I'm keeping them relatively flat. So like no moving them around like that. So like this looks pretty flat from the front, but then from the side it's not flat. So I need to avoid things like that. But I'm pretty used to that, so I'm not really thinking about that anymore. But the other thing is to make sure that the shape inside, maybe I should do it this way, making sure that the shape inside looks nice, and also the outside shape. So it's not just about the overall silhouette, like it's so about this inner shape. Actually, that looks really cute. Huh. Oh, that's really cute. I always like all these accidental things that I do, and like, oh, it's so pretty. So I'm going to move the inside one a little bit more, because I think it'll look better this way. I'm trying to be careful with where I draw the lines, but then it seems like these accidental things that I'm doing looks pretty nice. So I think I'll keep it. Like at this point, it's just like making my own, including my own style to it, which makes sculpting a lot more fun than like just trying to copy exactly. Just hope that it looks nice in the video I did. I guess every is like these kinds of like flourishes, so I think I'm excited to see how this will progress. But I don't really like, you see how this one crosses over like this? I don't really like that, so I'm trying to think of a way to soften this thing a bit. So when I'm doing all these things, like I'm still keeping in mind not to press too hard, so that it's not like incredibly wavy at the side. Like this much is fine, I think. Hello, Oscar. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in the stream. And yeah, it looks so good. Like everything's looking really good. Oh, you look quite cute in the madcap mode. This looks really cute. Wow. I haven't seen Necrobinder in the macropad mode, so I mean this shape is a little bit wait. Yes. Yeah, I think this better. Can I select the other thing? Yeah, I'm gonna close my eyes on that. So yeah, I think it's looking quite good. I think like in terms of hello offer. Oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah, I think like when I started streaming was I had like 50 subs or something. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really happy with 1.2. So thank you everyone. And I will soon reward you guys with my video edit, which I hope you guys will like my video edit. Like I'm really excited with it. I think that's why I can like persevere and like work on this, because I really want to push that video out. And in some way, like I'm really excited with like the trajectory of future videos. Now that I've kind of like settled with what I want to do with my channel with this one. But yeah, I'm always very happy to live stream, and thank you so much for just keeping up with the Content Studio. And oh, Oscar, thank you so much. But yeah, it's like I feel like at some point I wanted to have like more engagement, not really, but like try to be more involved with like the whole like live chat UI and all this stuff. But then after I started on the video I did for the Spire 2, I'm just like it just makes more sense to like keep it all, to revert back to like minimal, because I need to record like all these things, like this whole thing, for my videos. So yeah, so it is how it is. But it's nice to be minimal like this. I'm just making sure that the sharpness of this will not interfere with this. I think it should be fine. It's like, do I need to make this really sharp? I'm not sure. I feel like I don't really want to bother with it. Okay. Okay, this is so cute. Let me just make it a lot bigger. I also like to draw things like these when I'm doing my 2D drawing stuff. So yeah, looking at the overall shape, I think so far it's looking really good. I think the cool thing with the Night Rain sculpts is like I'm a bit more sensitive to like the planes, keeping the planes, how to say, like flatter. I think with the ironclad sculpt too, because this one, like you can see the progression from this one. It's a little bit soft to this one. It's a little bit sharper. But I learned quite a lot from working on this one. I would say like I learned quite a lot working on the whole ironclad sculpt, because like this is the first time that I'm doing. This was the first time that I did additive material kind of thing. Just not sure if I want this on this side, but most likely what I would do would be to instance this thing. So I split this up. Remove this. Now I can instance this one. Should I invert this? Guess it doesn't matter. Then this way I'll make them a little bit like give them more variations this way. I'm not sure whether I want to invert this one, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So I have this shape outside. I will probably draw a little bit inside. can probably use the pinch. Where is it? Let's pinch. Let's see. Or maybe just a crease. Is this it? Maybe I'm done. Just wondering whether I should curve this one, but I think it looks better as a straight line, just to contrast with like all the curving stuff. So I think with this, once I fix up the sides, and flatten this up a bit more. I think it should be ready for coloring. Because I was thinking the coloring would be quite tricky. Hello Rob 3D Design, sorry. I wasn't looking at the chat because I was trying to look at the patterns, but yay! Thank you for liking the silent sculpt. But yeah, I was really like, I was feeling quite a lot of trepidations with that one. Because when I made the base for the poison, I was like, oh man, like I don't know how to make this look good. So when I just like put it off, or I moved on to like another sculpt because I was like, I don't really know what to do with the poison sculpt. And then when I came back to it, I was like, I was really happy with what I've done with it. The importance of like taking a break when I'm unsure about how to progress things. I think in terms of like the lighting, shadows, the amount of curvature, so like these blue lines, they are coming out from the post process. Like this is how it looks like without post processing, and this is how it looks like with the post process. So without and with. But the tricky thing with the post process is that the sharpness of the, how to say, the peaks or the valleys, the sharpness of it determines like how strong the crevice, what's it called, how strong the curvature bump will be. So it's a delicate balance. So you want some curvature, but you don't want too much. So I think it's just not so like this shadowing. I think is also coming from a little bit of the curvature. So I just want to soften it a bit. So the amount of polygons and the how much normal adjustments there are, it also affects the amount of bump and yeah, just how much curvature color will come out. Do you think this is good enough? And just overall balancing. Then let me parent. Let's call these. This is the star keyboard. Which reminds me, I haven't renamed, I haven't organized the outliner for silent. I'm not sure whether the others I haven't organized too. So I guess I want a star group. So let's create a group for star. Oops. Star. Do I want this? Okay. Isn't it so pretty? Oh my god, it's so pretty. Let's just make it a little bit more readable from a distance. I think that looks cute. This looks like some cool shit. I don't know why Curve Repeater likes to do this, but I'm just so happy that I figured out what the bug is doing. Because when I didn't know that Curve Repeater was hiding stuff, as I adjust, it's yeah, it was quite scary because I was like, oh my god, like is my file buggy or something, or like why is my geometry missing or messing up? It looks really confusing, like especially when the sculpt is a bit how to say complicated. Oh my god, this looks so cool. Oh, this is cool. Huh. Let me see. trying to keep the start of the star behind him, just so that I can. Oh, actually, this is the problem that I should put it here. And move this closer to this. I was wondering why why the stars are positioned in a weird place relative to the spline. Then maybe that's what I should have done. You know what, let me undo this. Okay, just instance this as a guide. Then let's have the curve repeater again. Not sure how I want the stars to go though. And for now I'm just doing it this way. Hide the backup star. Oh, the time is getting quite late. Okay, I'll see if I can. Let's see if this works. I'm just going to see if yeah, not sure. Since I need to go soon. I just try to do as much as I can. Let's remove the symmetry. So this is called the idea that I wanted to. Oops, too bright. That I wanted to go for, which is do the sculpt properly, and then I'll paint in like a reflective effect on this. So I'm trying to create this contrast. Not sure whether I want it to be like this or like this. But the way to do very reflective looking material would be to paint in like very dark areas next to very bright areas. Some like instead of covering like this, I'm going to shade in and keep this very dark area, and you can see like how much more reflective this looks. The nice thing about 3D too is that once the sculpt is good, like let's say if you have a lot of details like this one, then everything else is just pretty chill. I think it's same with the silent sculpt. Like once the main details are all sculpted in, everything else is just about casually. Like I'm using quite a big brush. I'm not like going in and painting it individually. But yeah, just like very casually adding some details like this. think that's quite pretty. I'm trying to lean the color palette to more like blue purple side, but I don't really want to have a lot of purples in this. And sometimes if you layer like a really dark color at the back, and I hope this works. It's not working out. I don't really understand reflective colors that well. Something like this. Oh wow, this looks so pretty. So pretty. I'm really happy with this. Like, even though it's a short stream, I think I've accomplished what I set out to do. So yeah. You see like how there's all these I'm not really sure how to explain this brush now because they adjusted something. Where is it? So under the brush setting, where are you? Under filter, there's this normal filter thing. So I'm just going to show you the angles that mine is set at. And this one, it's yeah, I don't really understand how this works now, but before this was changed in the new version, like the numbers were all, the way that you set up the numbers are different than this. And it seems like the brush, even though this has been changed, the brush is working the same way as it was when I did it. And yeah, they have been working really well. So the way that it works is that, and this is covered in the macropad video, it's just that these numbers are different, is that when there's like normal changes based on the angle of, how to say, like let's say if this plane, the normal is facing upwards, this plane, the normal is facing 45 degrees. So the numbers here just signify like what angles I can, the paintbrush can touch in a sense. So this one, it will only touch the angles at 22 degrees, but some of these, I'm not really sure whether or not I can. So like some of these angles are definitely less. What's that? should blur this out. So some of these angles are definitely like less than 5 degrees difference. I mean less than 22 or 15 degrees difference. So if I use this 22 brush, it's going to cover everything. Whereas if I use a 5 of like this 5 brush, I'm not really sure how to explain it. You can see that I'm not touching these anymore because I'm limiting the normals that it can touch by a lot more. So that's essentially how this works. Probably someone else can explain this better. Yeah, I like to talk about these stuff, but I'm not really that good at talking about these things. So with these kind of brushes, the more differences that you sculpt in, the more details that you sculpt like this, you can see like all my patterns are showing up with just a brush stroke like that. And so I can go as detailed as I want and spend lots of time working on this. But I'm quite happy with the way that everything turned out, so I think it's all good. I just need to fix like what this thing is. Is that the front? Yeah, it's at the front. So like sometimes I do want to have a bigger angle to fix up these things. Oh, actually I should use the symmetry to grab this. I mean, it's not like, it is quite nice, but yeah, I'll see where I'll go with this. I think I'll probably work on this more on the other. I'll probably keep going with this on another stream. So yeah, just happy with how things are looking right now. It's so pretty. Oh my god, this is like beyond my expectations. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Are you happy? Okay, it's so pretty. It feels like some watercolor thing. Yeah, I'm going to stop the stream here. I'll see you guys in the next